What is up, YouTube? It is me, Branksnam/Pigcrafters here, and today we are doing the first weather right now. Okay, I don't mean to be that dramatic, okay? So yeah, we're bringing back this series. Again, it was a dead series, and I kind of want to bring it back. It's like, it is 2:05. So yeah. So now we're going to take a look at our two main invests that are in the Atlantic. Now this ain't like a update or anything. This is my weather right now. This has been downgraded from a 50% to a 30%. So this is definitely probably not going to be anything, which is guaranteed. For this, it says a 100% chance of forming. Now, it don't have to be a tropical storm, but I'm feeling it could probably still be that. Although, today it looked better, and now it kind of, if you look at it now, kind of looks like it's, like, dying a little bit. Like, it kind of doesn't look as good anymore. So, that could be something. But still, nonetheless, a 100% chance of forming in the next 2 days or 5 days. But yeah, we're not going to be looking at that. We're going to be looking at our satellite imagery. Okay, so let's let this load. This is our Invest 90L, which could be potential subtropical storm Anna. As you can see, it's definitely not looking as good as it did earlier, or yeah, I guess you could say yesterday now. It's not looking as good as it did, to be honest. Yeah, you can definitely tell it's kind of like, hold on, here it is again. You can kind of tell it's kind of, looks like it's kind of dying. What is that there? Like, what is it doing? As you can see, there's Bermuda down there, getting the effects. Of course, if you guys are seeing stuff from this, and if you're in this path, I would seek shelter just in case. But yeah, here is this storm looking like it's about to, yeah. As you can see, producing some thunderstorms and rain to Bermuda. As you can see right there. So yeah, that's definitely something to be looking out for. So yeah, now we're going to go on to Invest 91L, which is the one by Texas, which I don't think will form. As you can see, still bringing tons of flooding to Texas and Louisiana. It's still been raining there, and it's been hours. Even since my update, it's still been on and off rain. But, of course, I would seek shelter because, as you can see, there is more rain to come for these states. So I would seek shelter because it will cause so much. I heard it's like one of the wettest May months. I can remember in 2015, it was like the floods in Texas. I don't know if you remember that, but it was like a lot of inches, and this invest alone could bring so much to these two states. So yeah, still seek your shelter if needed because those floods can get dangerous. They can possibly wipe out houses. I don't know if it'll be that bad, but it can probably do something to your cars. So I would be like careful, especially if you're outside. Okay, so now I believe there's still stuff. Now we're going to look at the United States alone. Alright, let's let this load. Alright, so here's the United States radar. As you can see, these heavy thunderstorms being produced at the moment. And some more rain coming in here. These heavy thunderstorms, I wouldn't be surprised if they're probably brutal over there. As you can see, you just have this big line of redness Of course, some rain going on here. Not too much of a concern, I guess, just rain. But this could be something. So yeah, maybe possible, like, hail or something. And very violent thunderstorms. And as you can see, we have Invest 91 down there. 91L, bringing the rain to Texas and Louisiana, which are currently just being pounded with water. They're being flooded right now. And as you can see, look at this, guys. You see this little trail of rain coming up and with the big red stuff? Like, I just noticed that, like, that's coming from the Eastern Pacific going up to here where these violent thunderstorms are. And yeah, here is the United States right now. It's kind of a mess, to be honest. It's a mess over here. Okay, we have violent thunderstorms, more rain coming in here. There's rain coming from here that could cause some flooding. I don't know. And of course up here too, which is kind of moving into Canada, and we have Invest 91L coming in on Texas and Louisiana, so it's kind of a mess in the United States. And there's my little place. We might be getting some rain or effects from this. You can kind of see just a little bit of Invest 90L, but not too much about it. So yeah, now we're gonna look at the Atlantic and the Eastern Pacific combined. So here it is combined, like. Okay, so now we have a better view of things. So I did notice that you can see these, like, little, things right here, which, as of right now, I don't think should be too big of a concern until the National Hurricane Center says otherwise. They have to wait until they see some sort of formation, but I did notice these little thunderstorms, and these violent thunderstorms going off on Mexico. Invest 90L over here. Of course, that rain piling up on it. Of course, these little thunderstorms. These violent storms in the Eastern Pacific, which are always there. And of course, you could see some over there. And of course, the messy United States with the big trail that we could see clearly. You could see the trails coming from this big, massive pile of rain in the Eastern Pacific. So yeah, and here's Invest 91L, bringing the rain into Texas and Louisiana, of course. So yeah, now we're going to look at the wide Atlantic. Like, this is the big Atlantic. Okay, so here's the whole Atlantic. Of course, messy United States, of course, Invest 90 and 91L, and the violent thunderstorms. And also, here's this, these things coming on Africa, it's not time for that yet. That's, like, later on. So not really any much to see here otherwise than the two storms that we're monitoring. Of course, this probably not going to be anything, to be honest. The only thing it will do is cause a lot of flooding, so, yeah. And I think it's about to make landfall, because models predicted 2 a.m. It's, like, 2:13. So, I'm guessing maybe, like, 3 a.m. or something. Maybe 3. Like, when it makes landfall. Because as you can see, it's really close, but it's not there. Okay? And look, update was at 2 a.m. So it was about, like, 14 minutes ago. So, I feel like it's still moving. It'll probably make landfall maybe 3 a.m. That's just my guess. But that's not that important, honestly. Now we're going to go into Gulf of Mexico, of course. Just let it load. Of course, the obvious Invest 90. I feel like I've said this so many times. The obvious Invest 91L, bringing the flooding. You already know. And the violent things it's going to bring. Yeah, I would watch out for you guys. Because look at this, more rain to come. See, look, they're already getting some right here. Look, they have a whole lot to come here, which will be making landfall probably at 3. And it's not even, like, the storm is here. It's just bringing these rain. It's just, like, bringing it along So, once when it makes landfall, you might not think it might not be that big, just like some here, but no, it's gonna bring a lot. So yeah, that's just the obvious. Nothing here in Florida. It's just our main focus of today, which we've already talked about. So now we can move on to the Northwest Atlantic. The thing about tropical tidbits is that it just takes a while to load. And the obvious Invest 90L moving along here, possibly going to be a subtropical storm as it's been, just moving along. Of course, though, still looking like it looks like worser than it did this morning. Like this morning, it kind of looked better defined. Now it's kind of like losing that. I don't know if it's like this or like shear. I don't think there's any shear, or they might be shear. I don't know. I haven't been checking up on the shears, but and here is the Western Atlantic, which is like Gulf of Mexico and then the Caribbean. The violent thunderstorms that are coming off Mexico look really bad. Of course, your equator storms, if that's what you want to call it, I guess, have like these violent thunderstorms in South America, and some of these coming off near Puerto Rico. I forgot what this island's called. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's in the Central Atlantic, or the Western Antilles and stuff. Of course, you have this, which is noticeable. It's like the first thing I noticed, kind of. And these clouds coming off here. Some rain coming into South America, but nothing big here except for like your storms. And of course, Invest 90L up there. And this obvious, like, kind of, I don't know if that's like Saharan dust or something. I don't know. It's probably not. Or I don't know. Here's the Eastern Atlantic, which is like off Africa. This is like if ever a storm came off Africa, I'd have to put it here. Of course, I don't see anything coming off here, but it's weird because like this part of the map is like glitching, basically. I don't know if you guys noticed that. It's basically glitching. There's not really that much to see here other than these thunderstorms. But yeah, nothing else that really is a cause for concern. Eastern, this is already, I think this is the Eastern. I think I said Central, I meant Eastern. I don't know. Alright, now we're going into the Eastern Pacific. The Eastern Pacific, which I think I already reviewed. So yeah, we're just gonna skip that. Go to the Central, where Hawaii is. Here we go. Hopefully I'll be able to go over there to the Western Pacific. I don't know, can I? That'd be nice. But anyway, here are the like these weird like rain spots. Like which is near Hawaii. It's like I think it's like some like I don't know if this has to do with, I don't think that has to do with the jet stream. I could be totally wrong, but it's something, I forgot what it's called. But it's like moving up here. It's missing Hawaii. But yeah, it's like coming up, which is those storms that are causing those red spots in the United States, which is how it's making it a mess right now. So yeah, nothing really that much to see here other than these like spots of rain, but that's really the only thing. And of course, why not review Alaska while we're at it? Of course, the obvious just casual rain that comes in. I mean, this one just came in. It's like this one's coming in like one after another. It's kind of like that winter. It's like winter storms in California that one year. It was crazy. There's like stuff kept coming in, snowstorm after snowstorm. It was crazy. But yeah, it's just the typical rain coming to Alaska, so that not really that much concern other than the amount of rain, which is normal up here, I guess. And here's the sea surface temperatures for the Atlantic. of course, where, jump out of that. I know it's not an update, but where that storm's at, of course, still over these, like, 23 degrees. I think it changed. I think it's still where it's at, I don't know. And where this one's at, it's kind of in the green area. So, it's not going to become anything. I'm pretty sure all it's going to do is just kind of bring flooding up. Because, again, the United States is, like, it's messy right now when it comes to weather. And, the potential subtropical storm Anna. Again, I don't know if it will. We're still trying to find that out because models are saying maybe something can happen. I don't know. The Western Atlantic. Hold on. The Eastern Pacific. Of course, these big 31-degree spots, which can be favorable for tropical cyclone activity. Of course, these like burning purple spots that are 31 degrees are very favorable for tropical cyclone activity, which is normal around this time of the year. The Western Pacific, of course, it's also boiling too. 32-degree spots, guys. Like, that is the... Hold on, you see that? That is warm. 32 degrees. That is very favorable. And, like, right here, there was, like, some invests right here and, like, over here somewhere, which I guess I can monitor. I only like to do the Eastern Pacific and Atlantic, but I guess I could do the Western Pacific as well. If I'm going to do over there by India and all that, I might think about it, because I never really do those over there. Well, I mean, at least I used to. At least I used to, but I don't really that much anymore. I mean, I'll show, like, the sea surface temperatures and stuff. Here's, oh, crap, what was this called? This is the Southwestern Pacific. Of course, these, like, blue spots, which are not favorable. Of course, why would there be anything even trying to form down here? That's kind of weird. But, of course, like, again, some boiling spots are up here by, I think that's Papua New Guinea, I don't know. So these warm spots are 31 degrees, very favorable. The Indian Ocean, which is also really warm, because 32 degrees, you see that? It's boiling. Like, that is favorable. Like, I know that there's, like, an invest there. That one will probably become something major, so we're going to look out for that one as well. And then the South Atlantic, of course, your cool spots down here, -0, and then, like, right here, which rare storms form here. But you know what? I'm going to close it off here, guys. I know it was sudden. But, yeah, I have to end this video because my phone's on 5%. So, yeah, guys. Bye. Also, I swear if this storm becomes a tropical storm, and by the time I end this video, I will scream my head off.